Hello and welcome to the Isle, my new solo duo trio base design for veteran players needing something that can provide them the best online defendability possible with all the new meta peaks and angles they'll need while keeping the base cost manageable. The base design starts with the shield wall compound, perfect for ping walling to soak up the raiders' rockets and making sealing effortless. The roof design is simple and clean with 4 turrets and great downwards peaks and all the angles you are going to need while staying very simple. Going down into the shooting floor, the angles are perfect with a Widegap, Patrico, and brutalist peaks. You will have no problem having advantageous peaks to anywhere. And finally, we have our general loot area with all of the storage and space you are going to need, as well as great progression leading into and out of this floor. All of this makes up the Isle. If you like those cinematics, please don't forget to subscribe. We just hit 1k and now we're trying to get to 2k, so every sub means a lot. Alrighty schemers, with no further ado, let's get into the tour of the Isle. Also would like to say huge thanks to letting me hit 1k subs, it means everything to me. But with no further ado, let's start at one of our 2 external TCs. It's a pretty simple design, and we can go in just like so. We have our TC here, and this is the twig that connects it, and if you break it, it will not be connected, and we can replace it just like so, and then it is connected. If you don't know what a external TC is, it is for overlapping your main TC with an external TC, so when they blow up your main TC, you will still have building privilege, and they cannot steal and stuff like that. We're going to enter into one of our 2 gatehouses now with a nice little airlock here with good visibility. We can go inside and we have a bunch of patrico peaks, 1 seeing straight to our gatehouse and 2 seeing back into our shield wall. The compound design is very nice on this base. As we can run through, you can see I have a bunch of turret coverage, 4 turrets covering this entire compound, and over here we can go to the shield wall. If you don't know what a shield wall is, it basically is where you spam walls on top of these spots here, and it will soak up all of the raiders' rockets and give you time to steal your main base and stuff like that, and it is very good on small bases. Here I can show you how you can shield wall it. A little bit of lag here, but yeah, that's just how the server is right now. Anyways, this is how you shield wall the entire base. You can run around just like so. Place some stuff if you need it to stand on. You can just run around like this and spam walls all over the shield wall, just like so. And then by doing so, now the raiders' rockets will all be getting soaked up by that, and it'll also give you cover so you can seal your main base if it's exposed, so you won't be getting rocketed and stuff like that, because I know everybody has died at least once or twice while sealing their base and getting rocketed. Here's the peaks, and then you have a bedroom. Very nice with a battery and a locker, not something too special. This is the compound, and now we can enter into one of our 2 entrances as we can come up through here. But quickly, if you want access to some of my private base designs and more perks, I've started my own Patreon with my personal go-to snowball base design, the Drift. It's a tri-box much better than the one on my channel, the Reed. I also have my own Discord with a nice building community, all there to help each other improve and have a good time. So if at any point in the video you have problems with the base, you can ask for help there in the video comments. I also offer some services such as coaching, bases, thumbnails, and cinematics. So if you like what I do or you want to join the community, check out the Discord link in the description. And it goes into our general loot area. The mobility is super nice and great for progression as it has a 2nd floor crossover, as you can see here, going to both sides. Now this is our general loot area. Very nice, got all the storage and everything you're going to need, and we can go down into our starter where we have this bunker. A nice little stair bunker protecting all of your core loot here with everything you are going to need, and your TC there with your twig. And you can break the twig, which opens the bunker, and then replace it just like so, and place the ramp on top of it just like that, and now you have your bunker made once again. Coming out from here, we can go up the stairs and we can go to our bedrooms, which is a very protected area, and you have 2 beds here, a locker, and everything you are going to need. And going up from here, we have a nice little ankle biter onto our shooting floor, and then we have a little, sorry for the lag, but we have a little battery spot right here or a locker spot, up to you. And then we can go onto the roof, where you have some amazing peaks on this roof, giving you some great wide gap downwards angles into our furnace wall, and just overall amazing angles. And for it being such a small base, the amount of angles on here is absolutely wonderful. Going over here, we have a little nice brutalist peak, giving you angles out of your base and just overall increasing the amount of angles to make it a pain for raiders to defend from, as there's like a million spots for them to get shot from. Now we can go onto the roof from here, where we have a nice little roof airlock opening just like this, with a window to see anybody on the outside. The roof design is very nice and simple though, and it gives you all the peaks you'll need and amazing downwards angles onto this spot, which is the blind spot of the base, but this absolutely covers it. So there are no blind spots when it comes to downwards angles on this base, which is absolutely amazing. And over here we have a nice little fob peak with a brutalist peak, and it also works as some nice little downwards peaks. It's just a very nice angle overall, and that is the entire base here. I hope you guys like it. And we got some 2 turrets up on the roof here as well, and you can place any more turrets you guys want. That is the entire base design. Hope you guys like this one, and with no further ado, let's get into the tutorial of how to build it. Alrighty schemers, with no further ado, let's get into the tutorial of how to build the base. We're going to start off with our circle footprint, and just like so. Now I'm going to be building everything in the final build grid, so take that into consideration, as you'll have to be upgrading this to stone or whatever you have at the time. Make 2 half walls here. This will be setting up for the stair bunker, and you can place your twig 4 in the inside and a window just like so, with your TC right there and a furnace down just like that. And then we're going to want to do this, and then place a little shelf here for your boxes on it, just like that. And you can roof it off as well. As far as the box placement, you can do multiple different ways, but this is how I would do it. But it's probably not even the most optimal, so there's probably some better ways you can fit that in there. Your workbench and your furnace as along with a bag, just like so. And then we can make the jump up exiting right over here where the workbench is at, and just like this. And a nice little starter exit just like so, and you can slap a door on it as well. This is how the bunker works. You place a twig through the wall, the bunker just like there, and to destroy and open it, you come through here, break that twig, and it will open up. Coming out here, let's place 2 square foundations on each side and fully wall them off for honeycomb, then bring it up to the same level with a floor, and then let's turn these into loot rooms. By placing a floor through the thing, we can turn these into honeycomb walls as well. Let's add a airlock to our starter and close that all off. Now coming out here, let's build out the footprint a bit, and let's honeycomb it off and create a little entrance into the base. Just like so, and let's do that on both sides as well. Let's build it all up, walling the entire thing off, and let's make an entrance now into the core, just like so, and a jump up to the next floor right here on each side. I will be using symmetry for the majority of this space, so keep that in mind. Now let's make our jump ups just like so, by putting 2 walls and a half floor and a floor just like this. We can make a nice little entrance just like so, and then put a double door on it. This is how I like to outfit my second floor, but you guys can do it however you like. There's a bunch of different ways to outfit this floor, so I would recommend going on a build server and experimenting some styles yourself. Going out from here, let's just fully wall in this floor entirely, and we can segregate it by putting 2 walls in the middle just like so, a jump up like that, which will go to our shooting floor later on, and then let's go in here, putting some doors and framed in here just like so, adding a door path to our bedrooms. And then going in here, let's place our beds just like so with our locker, and then we can roof this all off and then make our exits just like this, very simply. Then you can stop on a double door exiting it out, and our base should be looking like this so far. Very simple and very nice. We're going to want to get working on our externals now though, so going 3 squares out, we can cap it off with a triangle. break all axis twig and then come back in with triangles. We should be left with this one triangle, and we can bring it out to the sides, adding some squares just like so. But this will all be decaying, so we need to build our externals. So coming out here, let's go 2 squares out and make the external footprint just like so. Which we can wall these off for some honeycomb for the external. Honeycomb is to just save upkeep so we don't have to make it all metal. We can put the TC in snug like that, and then window it off and put roofs all over it. Then do half wall, floor, and roofs. Make sure the first wall though is a half wall. That is very important to do. And then wall this all in just like so. And then we can make our exit out of this very simply, just like that, adding a little bit of a door path into it as well. Coming here, we can put the ramp to reconnect it to the external so it won't be decaying. And then let's make the airlock just like so. Sorry for the tree being here, but I sadly could not remove it. And let's make the airlock very simply, and make sure you upgrade all of that as well, which I did not show. I'm very sorry for that. Coming out from here, let's extend it just like so. This is on the other side, and this will be where our outpost is. You can put a battery and honeycomb it all in very nicely, and place these frames to reconnect it to the main base so it will not be decaying. Coming from the external DCs, let's build this footprint extension off of it, and this will be for the shield wall. And you can create these shield wall peaks very simply, just like so, with half wall and then windows, and then add patrico peaks to them, like I'm doing here. Then you're going to want to do a window half wall right over here, and it's very important to keep this all the same height so you can easily ping wall off of it. Then you're going to want to create our gatehouse just like so, flooring it off, adding some peaks and then ramps on top for head protection, then half walls, and then floor off the top bit for protection for turrets in the future. Wall off the entire compound, and then we can go ahead and add some extra turret spots right here. And just like so, we can place the turrets down inside of here, and also at the gatehouse just like that. And then let's add our barricades. You will need to make some extra twig build out, and then you can put them on just like that. Same thing over here, add these little twig build outs just like that, place barricades, and upgrade that one triangle to stone as well. Our compound should be looking like this, very nice, and our base is in a good position already. And now let's quickly build up the shooting force so we can be fully defendable for any raids coming our way. Here you will want to add these little floors down there. I did not show it. That's pretty important actually for the shooting floor, as you'll have one of these slightly lower than the other, which you'll put a window on just like that. And let's repeat the same thing to the other side, just like so. Now our shooting floor being built up to the same level, we can add some nice little peaks on it just like so. And let's build this middle part up as well, which will be for our brutalist peak just like so. Build it all up to the same level, and it should be looking like that. Coming here, let's raise this all just like so, and let's do this little tricky thing here to create an exit to the roof. Not much to say about it, but that is how you build it. And then you put the brutalist peak inside just like so. Let's floor this roof off just like that, and then create these little patrico peaks on the sides just like that. And don't forget to window off the other side, but don't forget to create these patrico peaks. Yeah. Floor off the roof there, very simply. The base is almost done, so no need to worry. You want to put a battery in here just like so, and then let's make our roof exit right here just like that. Let's build up to the roof coming from our compound outposts, and this part here we'll just make it very simple. This is for our downwards peaks. Do a half wall in the window just like that, and then windows on each side, and then we can put walls following up at them. Do this half wall here with doors as well. This will be for protection so we cannot get beamed, and then place your brutalist ramps, and it should all look like this. Now going on the other side of our roof, let's put a half wall here with the ramps on it, and let's do this exactly on the other side as well, just like so. And now we need to build up to get some power, so let's build up to the windmills, and we can go up just like this. Let's go up 2 sets of frames, and then make the anti-attack heli peak just like so. And then you can toss your turret down in there very nicely. And then let's place the windmill spot just like that, and you can do some low walls just to make the base look nicer. And that is the entire base. It is done. There's some little windows here and there that you might need to place, and some deployables and stuff I might have missed, but entirely that is the base design. Hope you guys liked it, and with no further ado, I'll see you in the next vid. Thanks for making it this far.